So, numerous supporters who are credible have started saying that Texas State has been formally invited to the rebuilding Pac 12. This was expected. I made a video on the merits and cons of Texas State joining the Pac months ago, I think in late February, early March. So, those of us who've been fans of teams in the rebuilding Pac already kind of already suspected they were coming for numerous reasons. And it looks like they are finally going to get the invite. Looks like they'll make the announcement this Monday officially at the latest. So I just want to say welcome aboard, Texas State. Happy to have you. Let's work on building this conference up. Now what's next? Well, now they have, with Texas State, 8 football playing teams. That's what you need for an FBS conference at the least. They'll probably add at least one more for basketball. I believe that'll be St. Mary's. I already did a video on that, on what it would be like adding them. So are they done expanding now for this season? Maybe, but you've been hearing rumors about a surprise or unexpected ninth football member. I just want to give my thoughts on who that could be, and if you disagree with me, if you think I'm crazy, please comment in the section. Please leave a comment. Won't be UNLV. They signed the grant of rights. Won't be Sac State, no matter what hype they give themselves. Won't be New Mexico, in spite of whatever AI article SI publishes. It'll probably be somebody in Texas, like San Antonio. But how about Rice? That would be my suggestion. If I was a Pac-12 administrator president, I would give them a call and say, hey, would you be interested in joining us? Now, this is not a make or break kind of deal. If they say no, you don't try and fight for them. You don't go and get on your hands and knees. You just say, fine, you move on. But if they say, let's talk, they have some merits to join the Pac. Now, they don't bring you in the Houston market. Let's get that out of the way right now. But they do have several things that can bring you as a conference. First and foremost, they are an easy travel partner for Texas State. Just about everybody in the conference right now can get to Houston relatively easily. It's not a big deal to get to an airport and go to Houston. Just about everybody can make that trip. So that's one reason. Another reason is that they are usually good, or historically have been good, at Olympic sports, like baseball, and that is very important to the likes of Oregon State. They can also be, if they choose to be, good at sports like football. They have a lot of money. They are one of the richest universities in the country. So if they choose to invest and spend, they can be credible. All right? Now, I know if you're Fresno State or Boise or any other team that dealt with them in the WAC 20 years ago, you're thinking, Rice? Really? What are you talking about? Yes, in football they sucked then, and they still do, but ask any old Bulldog baseball fan, and they'll tell you how good Rice was back then. Right? In 2008, Bulldog fans didn't really believe they could win the College World Series until they whomped Rice in Omaha. So yeah, Bulldog fans know all about how good Rice can be in baseball. But another thing that they could add is academic prestige. They are one of the most respected universities in the country, if not the world. And historically, the Pac prided itself on its academic excellence, or at least the old Pac members did. Now, let's be clear here. Alexa USC don't care about academics for their student athletes or players, whatever you want to call them. All right? If they did, they would not be in the Big Ten or ACC. All right? But having a Rice in your conference adds some academic credibility. And if you want to look at it like every team needs a nerd school to beat up on in football, you can look at them like that. The Pac doesn't have a nerd school to beat up right now. They could also make it easier for Cal and Stanford to come back to the conference, which would not happen tomorrow, wouldn't happen next year, but there's reasons to believe that it will eventually happen in some form or fashion. And I suspect that Stanford knows that based on other actions they have done related to Fresno State. I can make another video about that if you want, but there's reason to believe that the Stanford administration knows that. So if you have a Rice in the fold already, another academically elite school, that might make things easier for them to join. So yes, there are merits to having a Rice in your school. Now, again, they don't add Houston as per se. They don't. Any more than the Spartans of San Jose State give you the Bay Area. And again, if they say no, you don't beg them, you don't get on your hands and knees, you don't cry in anguish. You move on to another school that might want to come in. And if that is the likes of San Antonio or who else, so be it. I don't think it'll be North Texas based on their AD's comments. Memphis seems to have its eye set towards the Big 12 or ACC if Florida, Clemson State. Florida State, Clemson, Miami, and North Carolina leave. Their thinking seems to be the Pac will be there if they don't get an invite 5 years from now. That's not the kind of mindset the Pac needs. So again, they don't have to find a ninth school, but if they did, it'd be nice. It would give them 4 conference games every week starting conference season, which is what the network, your TV partners would want. But, right now, today is just about Texas State, and we will move forward from then. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on the possibility of Rice joining.